هذا الوقت هو رأس مالك، الصحة والفراغ. If there is a text regarding the game, then you cannot do it. Also, that game, and I see some of our youth, and they are here, sitting right here, Asr, Dhuhr or Maghrib, and they are playing basketball in the court. لا يجوز، هذا حرام. You gotta know what time, and if there is a coach out there, you gotta know what time we're praying the Jama'ah, and you gotta come back to the masjid. Come and pray, and then go back to play. There is nothing wrong with that. But لا تلهيك الصلاة. Do not allow the salah to occupy you from subhanallah. We used to spend يعني نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يغفر لنا. We used to spend Dhuhr is done after the game, playing after the game. إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. You have to pray on time. You only delay if you have an excuse. Playing is not one of them. So the game that you're playing cannot basically keep you away from observing the obligatory al-fara'id or al-wajibat or the duties. You have to provide for your family. You have to work to bring food on the table. You're the father, you're in charge. And then you go play the whole day. ينفع هذا الكلام؟ Priorities. You have priorities. Also, the other thing is, make sure that this game does not develop self اللي هو الإعجاب بالنفس، هذا بيسموه self إيه؟ يعني admiring yourself. I'm the best basketball player. هذا لا يجوز، هذا إعجاب بالنفس. Don't do that. Be humble. افتخار. Be humble. Because a lot of people, once they play the games, and this is something that we got to teach our children here, our youth here, that I scored 5. Say Alhamdulillah. And one of the most fascinating things about the game of soccer, that it's not a sunnah or something, but as soon as the soccer player scores a goal, they do what? Sajda. No, sajda. They do sajda in Egypt. You gotta watch the Egyptian league. They always do sajda. They go do sajda. They do sajda. That's beautiful. You go down in prostration. يعني فأنت كمسلم, when you achieve something even in the field, you got to show your gratefulness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يعني أنتوا لما بتشوفوا ميسي, when Messi scores, he does like this. What? He does like this, doesn't he? He does like this. No? He does like this, right? Did you watch the Clasico the other day? I see. There you go. Okay. There is one more thing. Oh, here it is. You cannot wear clothes that shows your awrah. Especially the brothers. The short has to go down. You have to cover yourself. You have to cover your awrah at all times. Especially if you know that you're coming to the masjid afterwards. يعني يا إخوة والله I love to watch you relaxed and so forth. بس المسجد هذا يعني have a thawb in the car. Have a thawb, a handy. One of these garment in the car. As soon as you play, just put the thawb on and come to the masjid dressed. يعني المسجد هذا شعيرة من شعائر الله. شعيرة, a ritual where people perform rituals. ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها it's a sign of righteousness and piety that you show respect and honoring to the house of Allah. You respect the house of Allah. I'm not saying that if you're wearing shorts beneath the knees that you're committing something that is, but يعني هذا is something more recommended that you show respect to the masjid. Here is the last one. Can we do the last one? Number 10? Are we on time? طيب. And subhanallah, this one, and maybe I'll have to go back to it next lecture, بإذن الله تعالى. That story of Yusuf was mentioned in the Old Testament, في التوراة. And it's almost identical to what we have. But the way that they show Yusuf And this is again the way that they always talk about the prophets. You seen how we explained that situation when the 7 years old came to the father and telling him about the dream and what the father said to him? The story, the version of that story in the book of Genesis, you know what the father said to him? What? Go away. You want me and my mother, you and your mother to prostrate to you? What is this? Go away. هذا يليق بنبي؟ ها؟ لا يليق هذا بنبي. هذا في كتبهم. I just want to show you how the Quran and how كلام البشر وكلام رب العالمين. النبي يعني طيب. Later on, inshallah, and I will refer to this. When Yusuf, they basically threw him in the well. Huh? You know what Yusuf did? Please, get me out of here. And he cries, begging for, in a way. شوف. فلما ذهبوا به وأجمعوا أن يجعلوه في غيابة الجب. ها؟ وأوحينا إليه لتنبئنهم بأمرهم هذا وهم لا يشعرون. We revealed to him when he was in the depth of the well. One day, O Yusuf, one day you will speak to them about this. Is that fitting a prophet or crying and whining and weeping? Huh? You know, when the brothers came back, and this is something that we'll explain next lecture, inshallah, and told him, listen, Yusuf was eaten by the wolf. In the book of Genesis, you know what Yaqub did? Huh? He put sand on his head. هذا يليق بنبي. This is not fitting to a prophet, to a messenger. ماذا قال يعقوب? What Yaqub said to the قال بل سولت لكم أنفسكم أمرا. Here it is. فصبر جميل. A beautiful patience. والله المستعان. And Allah will help me to be patient. على ما تصفون. يعني روي أنه كان يدعو الله. It was narrated that he used to make this dua. اللهم لك الحمد. All the praises, O Allah, is yours. وَلَكَ الْمُشْتَكَى. And only to you I will complain. وهذا ما قال إنما أشكو بثي وحزني إلى. I will only complain my grievance and my sorrow to who? To Allah. اللهم لك الحمد وإليك المشتكى وأنت المستعان وبك المستغاث وعليك التكلان. هذا هو يعقوب. هذا هو نبي الله. This is the prophet of Allah. Israel. هذا هو. Just to show you the way that they represent the role models for humanity, and the way that our revelation restores their dignity and their honor to them. يعني ليس منا. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم says ليس منا من لطم الخدود وشق الجيوب ودعا بدعوى الجاهلية كما في الصحيح من حديث ابن مسعود. He is not one of us, the one who does like this, لطم الخدود, the cheeks, clap over his cheeks, شق الجيوب, tear his clothes, and he speaks جاهلية. فيعقوب النبي, the prophet, speaks in a جاهلية manner. حاشا لله, حاشا لله. This is how our Quran, our revelation, subhanallah, yani, talks about these prophets and messengers. With this, inshallah, we have concluded 10 lessons from the story, 10 benefits from the story of Surah Yusuf, from the Surah Yusuf alayhi salam, and the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Inshallah, hopefully the next lecture, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we will do another 10, so this way we can complete 100, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون. نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين.